guys, it's Will from Potato Strong here. If you're like the average person, you're afraid of carbs making you fat. So I'm here to issue an Eat More Starch challenge. All you do, if you're on a standard American diet, whatever diet you're on, is just add more starches. I'll show a video next by Dr. John McDougall where he goes into detail. So that would be adding more potatoes, adding more rice, adding bread to your existing diet. So if you're a meat eater, dairy eater, and you're afraid to change your diet or get too healthy, just add these starches. If you're afraid of carbs, I'm urging you just to give this a try. There's studies that show that when you just add this in, it pushes out the fatty foods because you're filled up, you're filled up on the starches. And in my case, I've been doing this 100% for just over a year now. I lost 35 pounds. My cholesterol is 112 milligrams per deciliter. Blood pressure is amazing. It's been easy. I've been eating mashed potatoes, baked fries, pasta, tacos, veggie burgers. Just incredible amounts of tasty food. So check out this video, and I urge you to take the Eat More Starch challenge. Check it out.
What happens when you do eat wheat, barley, and rye? This was studied at my alma mater, Michigan State University. This was done just after I graduated from Michigan State University. They went into a dormitory situation at Michigan State University. They found overweight men, and what they told these overweight men to do is they told them to eat more bread. High gluten food, but that was irrelevant to the study. They told them to eat a food that all your friends are avoiding, which is bread. Bread is bad. Bread is the staff of life, excuse me. The breadbasket of the world. Bread has been key to human survival. But they tell you, no, bread's what's making you fat. So they did this experiment, which was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition back in the late 70s, where they took overweight men at Michigan State University, where I graduated from, and they told them to do one thing. They didn't tell them that they needed to cut back on the meat or the oil or the sugar. They didn't tell them they needed to eat less. No, all they told them is you must eat 12 slices of bread a day. That's all they had to do. So they ate 12 slices of bread a day, and for 8 weeks they did this. They published the study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 1979. And what they found is when they fed these slightly overweight men white bread, is they lost on average in 2 months 14 pounds. And if they got the whole grain bread, they lost a few more pounds. They lost 19 pounds on average in 2 months. Unconsciously. They didn't even think about it. They just ate the bread. Now what did the bread do? It displaced higher calories, more weight-gaining fats from meats and oils and cheese and so on. It just pushed them aside. They didn't have room to eat these other more fattening foods. Just by adding starch, bread, a high-gluten food. That's what they did. Now, you may not be excited about you eating 12 slices of bread a day to lose that extra, say, 20 pounds in 2 months, but you can do it with any kind of starch. I offer you a starch challenge. You're not buying into the McDougall philosophy 100%? No problem. Just add more starch to your diet and see what happens. And you can add that in the form of, say, 4 cups of steamed rice a day. That would be fine. That would be sufficient as opposed to the slices of bread. You could have 4 cups of boiled corn, 4 mashed potatoes, 4 baked sweet potatoes. I'm not saying and, I'm saying or. Okay. 3 cups of beans, peas, and lentils, 4 cups of baked spaghetti noodles, 12 slices. You just add 600 to 900 calories of extra starch, and you will get similar results if you're an overweight man as these men attained unconsciously just by adding more bread to their diet. Displaces the higher fat foods, adds that appetite-satisfying carbohydrate to your diet. And as a result, you get healthier and trimmer. These men, by the way, they dropped their cholesterol in 2 months. The average drop cholesterol was between 50 and 75 points. Yeah. Studies on other gluten-containing grains are also very encouraging. When they compared rye to, say, bread, they found rye was even more satisfying. And barley's very satisfying. These are satisfying foods for a very important reason, and that is your food. And when you eat what you're supposed to eat, you ought to get a reward. And that reward is satisfaction from performing that particular behavior, which is eating. You should expect that satisfaction. If you're not getting it, there's something wrong.